Hello everyone, welcome to our lobbying and negotiation final project video. In this video, we will present and analyze a negotiation process between Hima Eco members and Titik Seduh Cafe for a mental health seminar event. Several negotiation gambits used in this role play are the flinch, reluctant buyer, high authority, and nibbling. Now, let's see how these strategies are applied throughout the negotiation process.
Okay, I have seen your proposal and I think it's a good topic for a student. I will give you our best VIP room for 60 people and 6 hours. And the price is only 6 million rupiah, including coffee, snack, and a private dinner. What do you think?
6 million? Oh my god. Mr. Matt, I'm really surprised. We love your cafe, but 6 million is way beyond our reach. So, we love your cafe, but it's too expensive.
Yes, Mr. Matt. We check our organization budget for the venue is just 4 million. If we pay 6 million, we cannot pay the speakers and the trophies. It's impossible for us.
Okay, but Femi, I think we have a high cost for the air conditioner and the premium coffee we serve you. This is a business too.
We respect that, Mr. Matt. But if 6 million is for starting point, it's too expensive for us. Maybe we should look another place. We afraid that we're wasting your time. So
In the first scene, there are two gambit used, which are the flinch and reluctant buyer. The flinch is shown through a shock reaction in the first over in order to create psychological pressure. This can be seen when Finley reacts a surprise expression, wideness eyes, and a higher tone of voice after hearing the price offered by Mr. Matt. The non-verbal cues also show disagreement and initial offer. Besides that, this scene also shows the reluctant buyer gambit. The characteristic of this gambit is pretending to be less interested in the deal to make the other party afraid of losing the client. This can be seen when Finley wants to leave the negotiation and look for another place for fit their budget. Through the action, the cafe side feels pressure because they may lose a potential client if the negotiation fails.
Wait, I like your energy. How about I give you 5 million? That's one discount million for you.
5 million is better, but our maximum limit is really 4 million. We can offer you a partnership and we will put your cafe logo on all our poster and our social media too.
Okay, let me ask the owner first. Can you come to the meeting room now? Okay. Yeah, now. Okay.
Hello, good morning everyone.
morning.
I'm Marcella, I'm the owner for this cafe. Okay,
So-
we continue our discuss, right?
Michelle, what do you think?
Okay, I'm sorry, Matt. I think I cannot allow that because we have a novice policy and the maximum discount is just 50%. We have to follow the rules. I'm sorry, Femi. I'm sorry, Philly.
But Mr. This is for education. Can you just help us?
Okay, let me think first. I think the system is locked. How about 4.5 million? That's the lowest price I can give you. So, in this scene, the gambit used is higher authority. The characteristic of this gambit is involving someone with a higher authority to strengthen a position or avoid making a direct decision. This can be seen when Mr. Matt turns to Miss Sela and waits for her approval before continuing the negotiation process. Miss Ella then takes control of the discussion and explains the company policy regarding the maximum discount allowed. These actions show that the final decision is controlled by someone with a higher position in the company. The purpose of this gambit is to make the offer seem more difficult to change, so the other party is encouraged to accept the proposed price.
I think it's okay. Well, 4.5 is still a bit high, but this cafe has the best occasion for more guests. So, Miss Soila, we accept the deal at 4.5 million.
Okay, excellent! I'm happy to have you here. Let's sign the agreement.
Okay.
Okay, but wait, Miss Ella. Since we are officially partnership now and we are paying more than our budget, yeah, can we also use the projector and the sound system for free? And maybe free flow iced tea for the Hima Eco members. It's just small support for the student, right?
Okay. You guys are really two negotiators. Okay, free projectors, sound system, and also free iced tea for the team. That's all, yeah?
Okay, thank you, Miss.
In the ending scene, the gambit used is nibbling. The characteristic of this gambit is asking for small additional benefits after the main agreement is almost finished. This can be seen when Femi stops the handshake process and asks for extra facilities after both parties have already agreed on the main deal. The additional requests include the projector, sound system, and free flow iced tea at no cost. The request seems small compared to the overall agreement, so the other party is more likely to accept and rather restart the negotiation. The non-verbal cues can also be seen from Femi's friendly smile and relaxed tone, making the request sound casual and less demanding.
Okay, thank you very much.
Very happy with this deal.
Now, let's hear the explanation of our settlement range per issue. For the settlement range, we divided the negotiation into 3 issues. The first issue was venue price. For the best outcome, Hima Ecom expected to get the VIP room for 60 people for 6 hours with complete facilities at 4 million rupiah. This condition gave us 40 points. For the acceptable outcome, Hima Ecom agreed to pay 4.5 million rupiah as long as additional facilities such as projector, sound system, and free flow iced tea were included. This condition gave us 20 points. Meanwhile, the minimum outcome was if Hima Ecom had to pay 5 million rupiah without additional facilities. But the seminar could still be conducted. This condition gave us 0 points. The second issue was facilities. The best outcome was receiving complete seminar facilities including projector, sound system, snacks, coffee, private waiter, and free flow iced tea. This condition gave us 40 points. The acceptable outcome was getting standard seminar facilities without free flow iced tea. This condition gave us 20 points. The minimum outcome was only receiving the room without additional seminar equipment. This condition gave us 0 point. And then, the last issue was partnership and promotion. The best outcome was a full partnership where Titik Seduh Cafe received promotion through Hima Ecom posters and social media, while Hima Ecom received additional facilities from the cafe. This condition gave us 40 points. The acceptable outcome was limited promotion through several media platforms. This condition gave us 20 points. The minimum outcome was no promotional partnership at all, but the rental agreement still continued. This condition gave us 0 point. Next, we move to the explanation of our BATNA score calculation and negotiation result. So after watching the role play and the explanation, we can conclude that for issue number 1, Hima Ikom received the acceptable outcome level with 20 points because Hima Ikom got the venue for 4.5 million rupiah with additional facilities such as free projector, sound system, and free flow iced tea for the members. And then for the issue number 2, Hima Ikom received the best outcome level with 40 points because the cafe provided full seminar facilities including projector, sound system, private waiter, snacks, coffee, and free flow iced tea for the members. And lastly, for the issue number 3, Hima Ikom also received the best outcome level with 40 points because Titik Seduh Cafe received full promotion on Hima Ikom posters and social media, while Hima Ikom received partnership support and additional facilities from the cafe. So, in total, Hima Ikom received 100 points and the negotiation was successful. The best score that Hima Ikom could achieve from the 3 issues was 120 points, while Hima Ikom's BATNA score was 60 points. And then because the final negotiation score was higher than the BATNA score, which was 60 points, the negotiation between Hima Ikom and Titik Seduh Cafe was considered successful. Okay, so from this role play, we can see that negotiation isn't only about reaching an agreement, but also about using communication strategies to influence the other party effectively. Each gambit used in this simulation has a different purpose and impact throughout the negotiation process. Through this video, we hope the audience can better understand how negotiation gambits are applied in real situation, both verbally and non-verbally. Thank you for watching our final project video. Bye-bye.